Holding a career conversation is an almost sacred trust. For most people, their work, whether they view it as a job or a career, is vital to their success in life. Preparing for these conversations in advance shows that you respect your duty as a people leader to help your employees develop to their full potential. Developing people delivers an outsized payoff for people leaders. Holding meaningful career conversations and performance reviews are a vital part of that equation. Let's be clear about the scope of these conversations and how organizations who want to empower their people approach them. There has been a major shift in how successful organizations think about these conversations, but they still encompass these traditional topics: compensation and overall rewards, career goals and promotion opportunities, past performance achievement and future performance goals. Finally, employee personalized plans for growth and development. Let's look at each of these types of conversations while you reflect on conversations you already handle well and conversations that could be improved. As the title of this module indicates, preparation is key to success for each of these conversations. We encourage you to plan out and schedule these conversations with each of your employees in advance. How often you want to hold these conversations varies, but organizations and the level of empowerment and engagement you want to achieve. But there are rules of thumb and best practices to consider. Compensation reviews are most often done annually, but for high performance people, you may want to schedule additional conversations to discuss individual development plans and career aspirations. You could schedule 2 formal conversations and hold more informal ones in between. You should also consider that high achievers may want more frequent conversations than people who are content in their current roles. We suggest you plan your conversation topics in advance too. That not only helps you prepare, but the employee benefits also. If you want to discuss progress on development plans, you can ask the employee to come prepared for that. If the main topic is going to be performance review and compensation, you can set that expectation. This allows you to prepare and review past documents, as well as helping the employee come prepared for a meaningful conversation. These conversations are too important to do otherwise. Think about the first few minutes of a great career conversation you've experienced as an employee. How did your manager demonstrate that they were ready for a meaningful conversation? Think about the atmosphere and the setting of that conversation. How did your manager make you feel welcomed and respected? The points on this slide are some best practices you should employ. Find a quiet, private space where you won't be disturbed. Ideally, this would be in a neutral setting, such as a conference room. Sitting next to them rather than across from them signals that you are on their side. Being fully present, making eye contact, listening and beginning with a friendly inquiry into some aspect of their personal well-being signals that you care about them and their development. Think about the flow of that great career conversation. How did your manager signal that this was a dialogue and that ultimately you are in control of your career growth? The agenda of any great career conversation is co-created and balances company and employee priorities. It is also important to be clear on the long-term goals of the employee, as well as what is immediately on their mind. Your thoughtful preparation is essential to holding meaningful career conversations. One of the challenges for the upcoming weeks will be to select some aspect of this preparation that you'd like to improve. Take a moment now to reflect on how you can improve on your own typical preparation. You'll want to use this simple 4-phase career discussion model to keep your career conversations on track. We just covered the preparation phase of holding a meaningful career conversation. Keeping this simple 4-phase conversation flow in mind can help you make best use of your time and ensure that each conversation moves to a successful conclusion. During the open phase, you're going to share what you hope to accomplish, and ask them what they would like to accomplish in the conversation. This is going to vary widely depending upon whether the discussion is focused on goal planning, progress check-in, performance assessment, or compensation, or even future career path discussions. In all cases, it can be very helpful to ask a few clarifying questions in this phase to make certain you both have a clear picture of what success will look like when the conversation is over. Once you are both clear on the desired conversation outcome, you can shift your questioning and listening to holding a meaningful dialogue that helps the employee advance their goals. During this phase, you will be moving in and out of the 4 career conversation skills, which we covered in detail in another mission. Finally, you'll want to bring the conversation to a close with an employee commitment to their next development steps and a mutual commitment to the next career conversation. Being organized and mindful of these phases will save you and your employee time. Your subtle leadership through these 4 phases will ensure that you both leave every career conversation feeling positive that you're doing your best to grow and develop each person. Please remember, treat career and performance conversations with the importance they deserve. The payoff can be enormous in the engagement and performance of your people.